Hello everybody, back into my channel, and today I want to discuss about chapter 3 about farewell. And before I'm forward discuss about my video, can you to like, subscribe, and don't give me dislike. Okay. And farewell is the phase that have function for check and the set packet data that can go outside or enter from network. With ability to decide what the packet data can enter or go outside from network, so firewall have role for protect network from attack that come from the outside network. For the example, have function to protect local network from possibility that internet attack. Besides have purpose to protect network, firewall also can utilize to protect computer user or host. If back to early scenario my video in chapter 2, if you saw already, so router MikroTik have function as firewall. This router exists between local network 10.10.10.0/24 with network internet and have duty to protect that local network. This router have function to decide can packet data that allow to forward internet and decide what packet data that can enter to your local network. For learning firewall more deep, you must already have knowledge about IP packet. For the example, information source IP address destination, port sender, port destination. You also more better have knowledge about kind protocol that use be couple internet application. What that application use TCP or UDP or even ICMP. I would not discuss about how look what the parameter that exists in one packet. You can read book or video specific discuss about TCP or IP. But if you still not yet mastering TCP or IP, I try to make this video easy to understand. I try to make this video as simple as guide to you that begin use MikroTik router. And not one if you retire use MikroTik router just because still not yet mastering in TCP or IP. In this chapter 3, I will discuss two features that exist at the firewall router MikroTik. Is network address translation, NAT, and filter. Network address translation has task to make change IP packet that will sending to internet. Feature filter have task to check packet data that address to router MikroTik itself. Router MikroTik also must capable to securing their self. Besides main duty to protect network, who possible securing network if their self not capable to secure. That is function filter. That in next video and next chapter will main use to secure MikroTik itself.
Hey guys, before we discuss next further about my video, can we to subscribe? Thanks.
Okay, and for next I will discuss about NAT, network address translation. Network address translation or NAT is function firewall that actually has duty to do changing IP address sender from packet data. This NAT commonly running at the router that become border between network local and internet network. For technically, this NAT will change packet data that source from user computer like come from router. Let's feature 3.2 like this. Okay. At scenario network at this video, router MikroTik will running NAT with action equal masquerade. So change packet data that source from user computer come from router that has IP address 60.1.1.2. This will causing server in internet doesn't know if actually that accessing them is computer user with IP address 10.10.10.2 and 10.10.10.3 and so on. Server in internet just know if that access them is router with IP address 60.1.2. You must pay attention with detail picture 3.2. This masquerade require running the gateway router for hiding IP address private that you use at the local network. So not look from internet. IP address private must hidden because at the other local network make IP address 10.10.10.0/24 use. Server in internet just know if that access them is router with IP address 60.1.1.2. You must pay attention with Telpixer 3.2. This masquerade required running by gateway router for hiding IP address private that you use at the local network. So not look from internet. IP address private must hidden because at the other local network make IP address 10.10.10.0/24 is used. If you not do masquerade, so computer user will cannot access the internet. That masquerade will hidden user computer that exists at the local network automatically make that computer dropping to IP address 60.1.1.2. So computer user with IP address 10.10.10.2 and 10.10.10.3, 10.10.10.4, and 10.10.10.5 will known at the internet as the IP 60.1.1.2. If you read again chapter 2 at subchapter masquerade, there one command not that can make computer user can access internet. Just for refresh again, the command are like this. Okay. Command above is command at the MikroTik firewall that instruct if their computer user that will access internet. Use must at the ether one. Whereas chain equal source map, this function instruct request IP address sender or source IP address 10.10.10.2, 10.10.10.3, 10.10.10.4, and 10.10.10.5 become IP address at the ether one. If one forward internet. Picture 3.3. Okay, and for the next we will discuss about masquerade for specific IP address. Command masquerade before not mention IP address that legitimate getting internet access. So tricky to make border with computer that legitimate access internet. This is command masquerade configuration that be accompanied additional option IP address sender or source address. Just computer that their IP address include into option source address that will getting internet access. For instance, are like this. Okay. with address source address equal 10.10.10.0/24. This means you let all computer user at the local network to can access internet. From computer user with IP address 10.10.10.2, 10.10.10.3, 10.10.10.4 until computer that has IP address 10.10.10.254. If turnout you just want for computer user that can access internet, for the example client 10.10.10.2 and 10.10.10.3, 10.10.10.4 and 10.10.10.5. So you can change option source address equal with 10.10.10.0/24 with option source address equal 10.10.10.2 until 10.10.10.5 like this capture. Okay. And need to remember don't stack up not configuration if you want try above configuration. So delete configuration before we use command like this. Okay. If you stack up that configuration, so router will execute all line that configuration. That is because at the last my configuration giving command ap firewall not print to ensure if there is no stack up configuration. This example showing net configuration that stack up at the ultimately not maximal for running firewall function. In this example, administrator network want just computer 10.10.10.2 until 10.10.10.5 that can access internet, but administrator forgot to delete NAT configuration with source address 10.10.10.0/24 like this capture. Okay. After that, check with command ep firewall NAT print, so look there to LAN NAT configuration. LAN with index 0, confirm that can access internet is computer with IP address 10.10.10.0/24. Whereas LAN with index 1, confirm that can access internet is computer with IP address 10.10.10.2 until 10.10.10.5. And what happen if turn out their configuration with IP address 10.10.10.6 want to access internet? Router Microtik will assume computer 10.10.10.6 include in source address 10.10.10.0/24 in the LAN with index 0. Router Microtik finally allow computer 10.10.10.6 to access internet. What that admin one find is not that if admin just one computer user 10.10.10.2 until 10.10.10.5 that can access internet. If you use Winbox, so NAT configuration can do through menu IP and then firewall, tap NAT like this cover. To choose action equal masquerade at the Winbox, you can do with quick tap action. Okay, and for the next, I would discuss masquerade for specific application. If you want use computer just getting specific internet service, for example, just giving browsing access. So you must add protocol option and port destination at LAN masquerade configuration. You must know port number destination at the internet server for many application service. Example, destination port 80 for browsing service. HTTP destination port 20 and 21 for FTP application file transport protocol. Destination port 23 for telnet service or port destination 22 for remote service SSH service. You can look with port destination at internet server from this link. Okay. In the subchapter, I would giving configuration example masquerade to internet service that common use. Whereas for other service, example streaming radio, you can search destination number port at the internet website. For the example, if you want computer 10.10.10.2 until 10.10.10.5 just getting browsing service HTTP, so configuration that must you do are like this. Okay. For websites that have login, user, and password like Gmail, Yahoo Mail, Facebook, usually also apply HTTPS. So you must add again option destination port 443 like this capture, okay? Other example, if you just want computer 10.10.10.2 to getting Yahoo Messenger service, so configuration that must add are like this, okay? If you want user computer ping protocol ICMP to the internet website, so configuration that you must add are like this, okay? Must correct configuration example before you can develop alone. Adjust with what that do you want giving to user computer. If one use Winbox, so masquerade configuration with option protocol and destination port can do through menu IP, firewall, tabnet like this. Okay. If couple service that use same protocol, for the example use protocol TCP, so for abbreviate configuration you can make option destination port equal with 80 and then 443 and then 5050 like this capture. Okay. And once again, I remembering to not stack up configuration. Look, always align masquerade configuration that you enter already. Okay, and for the next, I would discuss about masquerade with time function. Router Merotic can limit internet service based on day and clock. For instance, you want giving service HTTP or HTTPS at the computer, user just attempt 08.00 until 16.00 for day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So configuration that you can use are like this. Okay. You must ensure that stem configuration at the router MikroTik always accurate. This configuration I already mentioned in chapter 2 with subchapter Network Temp Protocol or NTP. If you use Winbox, you can do additional option the stem through menu IP and then firewall and then tap net and then tap extra like this capsule. Okay.
Hello everyone, if you are new at my channel, don't forget to like, comment, share, tag, and subscribe. Okay, thanks.